Big Show with Night and Day. Pick up a Night and Day Milk Bar card and get your 6th shake for free.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon, the 5th of December 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And Mogi, you're standing on How's Life?
Yeah, going pretty grouse, mate. Thanks for asking. You backbone, you absolute massive son of a bitch.
Thanks, mate.
Look, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying this incredible summer we've been having.
Isn't it great?
I mean, it's only 5 days old, but it hasn't stopped raining. I don't like to complain about the weather. You know me, I don't even bring the weather up. But
Sure.
after last year, I was anticipating something a little bit better, and that's not what we've got. We've got more rain.
I think the forecast is for it to come right Thursday,
Yeah,
Mogi.
sure, great.
But what a weather bomb, eh?
No, not at all. No, just lousy weather.
Keyzie! How you going, mate?
G'day, fellas, you massive sons of bees.
Hey, easy on.
Right, hang on, you just said that.
Easy, Keyzie.
Going good, fellas. I'm going to be honest, I'm having some sleeping issues at the moment.
Yeah.
But what I found, I said
You
this...
look wrecked.
Thanks, mate. I said this to my wife as I was leaving today.
My wife.
Thanks, fellas. Because she is working from home, and she said, will you be okay for the show? And I was like, I'll get there, start doing the show, and I'll feel better afterwards.
Oh,
Sure.
So...
Doctor, what do they call it? Doctor Theatre.
oh really?
Yeah, you know that when you feel it, like the times when I do a stand-up show and or a theatre show and be feeling like absolute puke because I drank like 40 litres of wine the night before.
It's a different situation, by the
you'd
way.
be like, in the wings before you go on. And then you go on stage and old Dr. Theatre, Keyzie.
Oh,
gets in
Dr. Theatre.
And
Wow.
just
Dr.
sees you
Theatre
right.
hands you a massive glass Barbie and you just...
yeah.
Well, I was going to say, nothing sobers you up like bombing massively in front of hundreds of people. So.
Totally. Hey, now listen, we've got a massive show coming up.
Do
And
we?
Unfortunately, because I know you're a little bit flat today, Keyzie. I know you're a bit down in the dumps, and
I've got a feeling this isn't going to help. Yeah.
But I was approached by a very well-respected member of the Radio Hodaki team about the Christmas party, and we need to have a little chat, mate.
It's Tuesday. That happened on Friday.
I
Surely
know, but
not.
he wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, wasn't
so,
he?
Yeah. So we've just got to straighten a few things out.
Okay.
But hey, heaps to look forward to. In the meantime, here's a bit of music for you. She Hard.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Talking heads there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show. Just a reminder, by the way, feel free to text us on 3483 or do a talkback on the iHeartRadio app. Just push the microphone there and send a message directly to the studio, or go old school and call us on 0800 Hodaki. Everyone that does that goes in the jaw to win a $50 night day voucher. But in the meantime, let's get into the big poll.
The Big Poll.
The big poll today: roll on or spray on deodorant?
Yeah. Roll on. Spray on is, it's just a little bit, look at me. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Sure.
if you start spraying it on, then everybody has to be involved in the decision that you've made. As opposed to a roll on, it's just quiet, just gets the job done. You know what I mean? Spray on is there's just an arrogance that comes with it. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you applying your deodorant, by the way, that there's like groups of people around?
Have you heard of a gym, Keyzie?
Oh, to be fair, no, I don't get changed at the gym. That's a good point.
There you go.
I am a former arrogant spray-on person.
Sure.
Swore by it. In fact, I was like, roll-on, that's old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And then one day they didn't have any spray-on, so I got some roll-on for whatever reason, and it changed my life. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
Because are you a roll-on man, Jace?
I don't use deodorant.
No.
So you don't wash your hair, you don't wipe your ass, you don't wear deodorant.
Yeah, I don't use soap.
Stick of the mud.
Right.
I don't. I generally just wash myself with a cold flannel every day.
Oh, even that sounds a bit far-fetched.
You know, because
Do you wash the flannel?
I'm not a big fan of your artificial sort of,
like water.
flavorings.
Sure.
Oh,
Can I
right.
call them human flavorings? So no, and what I've found is that you go through a little period of just stinking.
Little
And then-
period.
and then it's sort of self sort of modulates, and the natural...
So what time does that happen? It's got to be after 7.
The natural secretions, which are actually perfumic in their nature, take over, Mogi.
I think what happens is your nose stops working, which is incredible given the size of it.
What you've got to understand
Old
too
school burn,
is
I like
that
it.
I shave my armpits.
Right, so you'll shave...
And
right.
I shave my downstairs. So there's no hair that's getting all that coagulation and the heat
Oh,
and
really?
so forth. I've always been bemused, just incidentally, why men don't shave their armpits.
Right.
Okay.
Why?
See, I'd be more confused as to why women do shave their armpits.
Right, okay.
Because,
Yeah.
it's just a natural
Because
thing.
it's a sexist thing that's happening. But it's interesting that you see it that way. But we can talk about that another day. But I reckon, have you ever used deodorant or never?
Not once in my life.
Right, okay. Have you... Okay. And your wife hasn't suggested it?
Pardon?
Has your wife ever said, hey, Jase, hey, Hoity J, I think it's time for you to try some
Look,
deodorant?
I'll be honest, the amount of times there's been verbal fisticuffs in our house because she uses deodorant, and I'm vehemently opposed to them.
Right.
I just think they're terrible for the environment. Think of all the waste.
Oh,
And those spray-ons, they are an environmental nightmare.
your concern for the environment doesn't stretch so far as you not eating hundreds of bags of chips a week.
Oh, no, I still eat chips.
What about... So do you use no sprays whatsoever? So do you have toilet
I
spray?
don't use nose sprays, Keys.
No.
No sprays.
No sprays whatsoever in your house. You don't
No.
use any aerosol cans.
No.
What do you like? Do you have toilet spray?
Pardon?
Toilet spray. What do you have? Roll-on toilet spray or something?
No, I open the window, Keyzie.
Right.
Shout out to the neighbours, eh? Have a whiff of this bastard.
Get your nostrils wrapped around this one, that she's a doozy.
But all they say is...
Can I just say on that front too, by the way, because of my 3 perfect tubes,
Right.
There is no odour.
3 perfect tubes and 2 perfect wipes.
Yeah, right, okay.
2 to 3 perfect wipes and no odour.
What do you think, New Zealand? Roll on or spray on? Or just not wear anything at all? Hodaki Big Show Instagram story, vote there.
Yeah, good stuff. Or send us a talk back.
Yeah.
Be part of the show.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Eyes to the front, Keyzie. Guns N' Roses there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. I believe we've got a couple of talkbacks there, Keyzie.
Yeah, that's right. Talkbacks and texts as well. This is about deodorant, whether you're into roll-on or spray-on. Feel free to vote on the big poll up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. However, Jase, you basically have admitted that you never wear deodorant, ever. And never will.
You make it sound like a bad thing, Keyzie.
Yeah, it's because it 100% is a bad thing. Although I don't think this person agrees with me.
Never use deodorant, never will. Shower once a day does the trick. Cheers, lads.
Well, in Japan, that would be regarded as disgusting as well, because over there they only shower once a week. I think we've had that yarn before.
Really?
So yeah. No, it's like showering once a day here, or even a lot of people twice a day, like you, Keyzie.
Only if I have
massive
netball.
waste of water and resources, they reckon. But they reckon, one shower a week. Because, I mean, let's be honest, how much real work is going in? None of us are out doing any farming, are we?
No.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of gym stuff.
Have you ever raised a sweat, though?
Oh, mate, it is pissing off me.
Right.
But also, the Japanese there, Mogi, of course, they think baths are disgusting. That you're just wallowing in your own filth because they go into bath wash and then they go and cleanse
Are
themselves.
you sure that's true?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true. Yeah.
Oh, right. Because there's like Japanese onsens, they're pretty much hot springs.
Yeah,
baths.
that's right. There's a lot of those that go around. Although I go down to the local gym here, and people love jumping straight out of the sauna and into the spa pool. I love that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So good. Here's a talk back from Ben, I think also supporting you, Hoity J.
G'day, you mad bastards. Hey, Hoity J, I believe you about the no deodorant, mate. And I also believe you that you've got no skitty undies, even with your 2 to 3 wipes.
Nice. I'm glad that's still getting a mention, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
So a lot of people are actually texting through on 3483 saying that they don't use deodorant because it is bad for you. Rory says his New Year's resolution is to stop using spray-on deodorant. Roll on 2024, he says. It's a wee joke for you there.
Yeah.
Is that our first one we've ever read out from Rory?
Nah, second, I think.
Is it? Yeah, good.
Oh, that Rory.
Yes.
Well, actually, at the end of the year, we've got to make up a compilation of all his texts, surely.
Yeah.
Get straight
It's
onto that,
absolute
Jase.
doozy. Now, listen, yes,
Well, I was just
Keyzie?
going to say that my deodorant choice has changed over the last 2 years.
Oh, tell me more.
And a friend of mine actually gave me a lot of stick about it. Stick, like a stick of deodorant. And I didn't realise it was a bad thing until they pointed it out. So, do you know what brand of deodorant I use?
Brute.
Correct. Brute. Which I found out is what my granddad used to use.
Right.
But I think it smells really lovely.
Papa Keyzie.
Shout out to Papa Key, by the way, who was a legend. But yeah, I wear Brute, underarm Brute aftershave, the whole thing. And my wife's like, you smell really nice. It's like, yeah, it turns out I smell like my granddad.
Lol.
Yeah.
I got given a gift pack of that from a family that I was staying with.
You still got
that
it?
would be over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I was given it by the parents there. It was, they wrapped it up, gave it to me. I unwrapped it. I pretended that I like it, and I gave it back to the father for his birthday 6 months later. That is one of the all-time garbage scents you've got there.
Brute, it's so
And
good.
I don't know if you remember this, mate, because they used to have soap on a rope too.
Soap on a
That
rope,
my
yeah.
dad used to have a Brute, soap
Yeah.
on a rope.
But
Yeah.
the thing I like about it is the aftershave. When I've shaved my face, I want something that burns my skin.
Sure.
And Brute is the only one that does that.
Look, here's one thing that I will admit to in the perfumery line of things, that after a shave, I will have a couple of squirts of anus.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oasis there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show, Tuesday afternoon, 10 minutes to 5 o'clock. A slightly awkward scenario here, fellas, that I wasn't going to address on the radio, but I feel like it's probably the best place for it.
Really?
And it's regarding the staff Christmas party on Friday, Mogi.
The work do.
The work do.
Yeah, okay.
And listeners out there will be aware of the...
I hope people won't upset that I put a couple of grand on the bar. It's not that, is it?
Nah, man,
Oh,
they were really
did you
grateful
do that?
Because
for
I
that.
feel like,
Yeah.
they've done great work this year. So.
Well, it was like me putting like the 3K in the kitchen, and just so everyone made sure everyone was
Wow.
eating, especially Keyzie.
Well, hang on. It's like me paying off that bird to do poos on your hat. And when I say, yeah, it was like a seagull.
It's just silly.
What's the awkward convo, Jase?
Well,
is it about Mike?
I'm sure the listeners out. I'm sure the listeners out there will be aware of the legendary Greg Preble,
Ugh.
the
yeah.
rock of radio, Hodaki. And he is a man very unflustered by nature. Very calm, very sedate. Would you agree with
I'd
that,
agree with
Mogi?
that.
Very unemotive,
Backbone.
massive backbone. And when I came into the office today, he came up to me, and I've never seen him so livid.
God, what happened?
He was red in the face, and I could see that he was barely containing his burning rage.
Did he have bulges?
No, he doesn't have bulges.
No.
And he basically said to me that on the night of the party, he'd queued up to get himself a beer. It took 25 minutes. He finally got a beer and sat down and went to the toilet and came back. And old Keyzie had stolen his beer.
Quaffed it, he said.
He said sculled it.
Sculled it, really?
And then Preb said, Keyzie, that was my beer. That was my beer, mate. And apparently you said to him,
Here we go.
get over yourself, Preb. It's been a busy day, man. I did the drive show, pal.
Did I say that?
Yeah. And then someone else, I think it was you, Mogi, he said offered to buy him another beer.
Yeah, I did.
Well, no, you gave him yours. Actually, he said you gave him yours.
Yeah.
Right, because it's really interesting, like, seeing things from other people's perspectives. Because from my perspective, I said, whose beer is that? Someone said, oh, it's Preb's.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen him in ages. He must have left. And then I was like, well, I hate to see a good beer go to waste. You know what I mean?
It's funny when you get into these situations and all of a sudden, Keysie's accusing Preb's, backbone of the station.
Totally.
I've been a liar.
No. I'm not saying that he's a liar.
Well, sorry, Keyzie, but
Well,
can I
he
just
is, but
can
what?
I just put it this way? I want to ask the listeners this: who would you believe in this scenario?
Oh, come on. What is the point of that?
Keyzie or Prebs 3483? Who do you believe, New Zealand? But I just think it might be nice, Keyzie, if after the show, because he's working his ass off as usual out in the office after doing his show, maybe you go and have a quiet word with him and apologise and maybe flick a few dollars his way, because he paid for it as well, because the tab had run out.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that, Jase.
Good on you, mate.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Led Zeppelin there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Coming up after 5 o'clock, another film opportunity for old Keyzie.
Oh, yeah.
Incidentally, Pugs had his first day filming today, Mogi.
Oh, how'd he go?
Yeah, really great guns, apparently. They were really happy. Really, he exceeded expectations. And to show what a massive backbone he is, he's come back straight from the set into Studio B to do his other job.
You right, Keyzie? You don't look happy, man.
Nah, sweet as, man. Nah, yeah. Hey, Pugs, good work, fella.
Yeah,
Good work, mate.
I'm thinking award.
Well, he's had one day. Okay, no, it's all good.
What's
after 5?
Also after 5 o'clock, by the way, I'm making more of an effort to be social in my life because I realise what a hermit I've become.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need the people's help on that to get me out and about amongst the people again, Mogi.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that after 5, eh?
Interesting.
So good.
Yeah, good times.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. Just a reminder, by the way, everyone that texts through on 3483 or sends us a talkback.
A talkback
on the
talkback,
iHeartRadio app. They're pressing their microphone, sending us a direct message, and or rings us on 0800 Hodaki. Goes in the draw to win a $50 Night Day voucher.
Yeah, and you can use that voucher to get yourself some milkshakes. Don't forget, Night and Day at the moment have got a milk bar card. Your 6th shake is free. Milkshake, thick shake, super thick shake.
What do you run with, Keyzie?
Thick shake in the middle.
Right, okay, Mogi.
I like a super thick shake.
Yeah,
You
with
like
two
it?
C's.
Yeah, you really have to.
Give it a
really have
grab
to
by the lips around it.
suck it. You have
Yeah.
to suck it.
You'd be protein
real
shake,
hard.
wouldn't you, Jase?
Well, you're really sucking hard, eh? I'm old school. I'm old school just in the sense, I just like your standy milkshake.
Yeah, like banana.
Well, you don't have to suck it so hard.
You don't have to suck it so hard. To try and get it up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
To get
often
it out.
it's like to get it out.
To get the liquid out of the straw there.
Because it was always my fantasy.
Oh, quite clearly.
Opening a milkshake bar.
A milkshake bar.
Yeah, milkshake bar.
Oh, yeah.
And
Your milkshakes bring all the boys to the bar.
I either go vanilla or chocolate. By the way, what flavours do you go?
I'm not really bothered. For me, it's not even about the taste, the flavour. It's just really about sucking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. No, I understand, man. Hey, coming up, another opportunity for old Keyzie on the acting front. In the meantime, here's Foo Fighters.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Dee Dee Smash here on the radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 13 minutes past 5 o'clock. Now, great news, Keyzie, as your agent. For those people that don't know, I'm Keyzie's agent. I managed to score you an audition.
Right, another audition.
Yeah, and believe me when I say I had to pull out all the stops, call in a few favours, Mogi, as you do.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, actually, what actually got you the audition was your mo.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wait, so they liked my mo?
Well,
They thought it was stylish or something?
No, they didn't like it, but the fact that you had one.
Right.
It suits the
character.
Oh, cool.
Because they're shooting a Western out here. Mogi will know all about this, out in New Zealand in about 3 weeks' time. A film, and this is a little scene within the film. It's not massive to the film.
That's obviously got to start somewhere, right?
And your character is basically a Mexican outlaw.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Eduardo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be in this?
Yeah, totally, man. So did you get that script that I sent through to you?
Just opening it now. Yep, got it here.
So we'll have a little run through to see where you're at with it, because I'm not sure how your Mexican is.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pretty confident on it. I reckon I can nail this.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the mo and all that. Got some music here attached as well. Do you want me to play that?
Sure. Can you play the hero, Mogi?
Okay,
His
sure.
name's Hank.
Oh, yeah, Hank
Yeah.
the hero. I might play him with a bit of a an accent, if that's all right.
Totally,
Okay.
mate. Fill your boots. A standoff on the outskirts of a dusty old town. Our hero has been surrounded by a band of Mexican outlaws. Hank.
This doesn't look like a fair fight. But if that's how you want to play, let's play.
Eduardo.
You should put your weapon down, hombre. You don't need to die, eh? But if that's how you want it, I'm happy to oblige.
Our hero pulls his gun and shoots the Mexican through the heart with a single shot.
Aye! How was that? Was that all good? I felt that was really. I feel like that was my best one yet. Like I feel quite good about that.
I felt like I was watching Once Were Warriors.
Right. Great film, by the way.
Yeah, great film.
Yeah.
One of the great films. You were excellent, Mogi.
Thanks, mate.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I just felt your characterization, can I put it that way, Keyzie, was just
What?
a little bit, I don't know the way.
Bit surfacey, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a little bit.
a bit cliche.
Well, yeah, it was. So, okay, I'm sorry if that's how it came across, but I was doing exactly what Mogi did.
Oh, no, you weren't.
Well, hang on, what? I literally took my cues off of him. I was, that's how he's going to do it. I'm going to do mine the same way.
Yeah, but I'm 7% Mexican, so I'm allowed to do that accent.
Yeah, he's...
And I don't know where you get off doing that accent.
Well, it's a
But you were
Mexican
doing-
role.
Oh, well, let's just have another... Just maybe tone it down a little bit, because I'm worried about BSA.
But, okay, the broadcast, okay.
Yeah. So here we go.
Well, now
again.
I'm nervous, but...
You just pull
You
it
should be,
back.
because I'm about to shoot you.
Yeah.
So use that.
And just
Right.
on the shooting, by the way, can you make that a little more believable?
What?
That was just like a take. Ay! Can you make it like, I want a death, man.
Right, okay.
I want it to be.
You want me to die?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Okay,
Yeah,
right, let's do
'cause
it.
it's got to be believable, Keyzie. A standoff on the outskirts of a dusty old town. Our hero has been surrounded by a band of Mexican outlaws. Hank.
This doesn't look like a fair fight. But if that's how you want to play it, let's play.
Eduardo.
You should put down your weapon, hombre. You don't need to die. But if that's how you want it, I'm happy to oblige, eh?
Our hero pulls his gun and shoots the Mexican through the heart with a single shot.
Hombre, you shot me.
You're not going to do that in the actual audition, though, are you?
What?
That last bit, oh, hombre, you shot me. He shot you through the heart, so you die pretty instantly.
Yeah, right. I was just thought a little bit of ad-lib to show that I've got
Oh,
chops.
yeah. I mean, how did you feel about that, Mogi? I still feel it's a bit, I don't want to say racist.
Well,
I
think,
hope not.
to be honest with you, man, I think to sort of avoid any issues moving forward, I think you and I need to take a PG out against Keyzie now.
Yes.
So to sort of remove ourselves from the situation.
Personal,
Yeah,
but hang on,
yeah,
no, you
sure.
told me to do this, and you brought me this, and you told me how to do it.
But I think
But
what
you
they
should
might...
have used your head, man. You don't just say yes to every audition that comes through the door. Some of them aren't suitable like that one. You got no right doing that
Or you
audition.
can just be background with your mo.
You guys are loco.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
One and a half movies. Just gets better and better. I don't know if you know this, Keyzie, because you've been away. You're over in Europe, weren't you, brother?
Yeah, man.
But my wife's left me.
Yeah, that happened way before I left, yeah. And it's temporary for work reasons.
And so, yeah, I'm taking it pretty hard, man. But the trick is you got to keep a stiff upper lip. Okay?
Totally, yeah.
Jase will know about that.
Yeah, man.
You got to keep a stiff upper lip.
Okay, why you sit there?
And anyway, it's been a nice time. It's been it's a trial separation of 3 months, and 2 weeks to go now, fellas.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And I got to say, I'm enjoying it. I don't know. I think
If you want it back?
pretty happy with how things are standing at the moment.
Sure.
Over the weekend, I was meant to take my my daughter to a birthday party. She was really excited about it, and she wanted to make sure that it was me that took her. But unfortunately, I had a panic attack to end all panic attacks. So while I was lying on the floor of my bedroom hiding from my daughter because I don't want to stress her out thinking that I was going to die, I texted her nanny and said, "Can you take my daughter to this party because I'll be busy dying on the floor of my bedroom. Sweet as. So anyway, the sitter turned up, and my daughter loves her, but she wants to keep it to the weeks.
Sure.
Right.
And on the weekends, it's daddy time.
Yeah.
That's how she wants. So anyway, she was in no small amount of tears initially, but we got through it. And then she went out to the party. This party was 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's too long for a kid's
So
party.
that's quite long, is that okay?
That is, to me, it's an hour long. It should be 2 hours. I think.
Yes.
This was 3 hours, and it ran an extra 40 minutes after that.
Oh, wow.
That's longer than an adult's party.
Totally.
So
I
they
only
had,
last 40 minutes.
They had like kid version of kick-ons almost.
They did. They had a swimming pool. They had a spa pool. They had a magician. It sounded like a great party. Gutted to miss it.
Was the pool like really clean and swimmable?
I mean, it's not the kind of pool that I like to run, but apparently it was pretty good. Anyway, she got back, and we have been getting along. It's been a really bonding experience these last few months.
Sure.
And she got home, and she said, "Daddy," I said, "How did you go?" I was like, "How'd you go? Was it okay without me?" And she said, "I had such a good time that I didn't even think about you once."
Yeah.
Honestly, she said that.
Yeah, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it all worthwhile.
Totally. Yeah. It's like we were talking about when I'd go away with and my wife would be left with all the girls. Nary a mention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would, and days, weeks would pass, and they'd be like, "Oh, where's Dad?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They just didn't even notice.
Right. And how does it make you feel as a parent? Because I can't remember ever doing that to my parents.
Well, you were.
Please tell me about my childhood, Jase.
Well, I was going to say you were a lot more dependent. Can I put it that way in terms of your health care and
I didn't have healthcare.
and your well, no, I say this kindly, Keyzie, and with affection. You had ailments, your adenoids and your wheeziness and your eczema, for example, and so they were very attentive. And I'm pretty sure your eczema would have really flared up had they not been around to put your creams and stuff on.
It was like a bubble boy situation, so I think it's different from where I am. But when your daughter comes home, she's clearly had a great time, and you're stoked about that.
Yeah.
But she says, "I didn't even think about you once."
It's actually good because it means that you've raised a pretty independent kid at that point,
right.
I think.
Sure.
So, I mean, it wasn't like it was. There's also today where she's going around. I came to pick her up, which is not normal because her babysitter nanny is crook at the moment. So I went and picked her up today. So she gave all her mates a hug, and then she went to the door, and then one of her mates hadn't given her a hug, so she came running over to give her. She's like, Frankie, hug, and Frankie said, "Oh, no, I don't feel like it."
Yeah.
So that was the end of that. At the same time, another one of her mates ran over and said, hug, and Frankie went, "Yeah, righto." While the other kids stood there and watched this hug happen. And I was like, "What's going on there? Why was there a hug there?" She's like, "Oh, I don't want to hug her today. I'll hug her tomorrow."
Wow.
So righto.
Maybe the other kid is like Jason, doesn't wear deodorant and stinks.
They do call her. No, I did not.
But because you were.
Don't turn this around on me, right? You already tell me I had healthcare when I was a kid, right?
Oh no, I was just thinking about how you weren't allowed to go to nurseries and stuff.
I'm ending this.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Radio head there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. Hey, there's
So
a very
good.
very exciting promo coming up, fellas.
Oh, what is it?
Tell us all about it, Keyzie.
Which one are you talking about, though? Because there's heaps. There's always heaps.
League in Las Vegas.
Oh, Hodaki and boystrip.co.nz sending you and a mate to the rugby league doubleheader in Las Vegas in March next year.
Pardon? I zoned out then.
Okay, that is the one we're talking about.
Right, yeah.
It's massive. Peter Volandis, head of the NRL, said we're going to take the opening game to Las Vegas. It's going to be a doubleheader between the Seagulls and the Rabbitohs, and then the Roosters and the Broncos. Saturday the 2nd of March 2024. If you and a mate are keen for that, text Vegas to 3483. Follow the link, enter there, and you could be having a whale of a time.
Did you say that was the opening round of the NRL? Is that the opening round or no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Yeah. Also, is it how many nights?
It's 4 nights in Vegas, 1 in LA, 5-star hotels. You know, you're well looked after.
You name it.
And $1 million casino chips.
Yeah, totally. That's definitely part of it. $1 million casino chips. Wink, wink.
Great stuff, mate.
Yeah, man.
Well, get involved. What do they need to do, Ian, very quickly?
Text Vegas to 3483 and follow the link. Fill out the entry form. Boom, in the draw.
Great stuff. I'm thinking of going to Vegas, actually, Mogi. I've taken a bit of a... I'm trying to be more social in my life.
Okay.
Because I realise that I've become quite a hermit.
Yeah.
And it's kind...
Well, I'm just agreeing
And
with
it's kind of... when I look back, it's to do with the fact that I don't drink anymore, you see? And so what happens is, there's parties and stuff or going out. I just don't have any interest unless I'm steamed.
Oh, like a social hermit. I thought you meant because of that hunchback you've got, like a... Sorry,
Like a hermit crab, Keyzie.
Yeah, sorry, I was getting confused. I'm getting confused.
And so and I've sort of been, and often my wife, she's quite social actually, and she's got mates and she goes out with them all the time. And I thought to
She's
myself,
not a weirdo.
I've actually got to make a bit of an effort here.
Yeah.
I've got to do better. I've got to do better on the social front. So I went to that party, her work party, which normally I would have skipped.
You said it was a freak show.
And I made an effort there, and also like we're going to a gig on Thursday night together.
Oh yeah.
That's
the Teskey
something-
brothers.
Yeah, that's something a little bit different too. And what do couples do? I mean, we go out to dinner quite a lot. But what else do people do in terms of socialising and things like that?
Swingers is a good movie, and I think they've got a replay of that coming up at the Avondale. Yeah.
Movies.
movies.
Yeah, she loves movies. You see, I was like that because I was too fidgety go to movies. I get all angsty.
Right.
But I'm better now. So, yeah, movies, good. I'll put that down on the list.
One thing my wife and I sometimes do is if it's a nice evening, we'll both go and get something sort of takeaway and then go sit down on a beach and eat it somewhere and then go for a walk and get ice cream.
No, something cool.
Yeah, I want something fun, Keyzie.
Oh, well, it's quite nice because...
Start drinking again? That solves all your problems. Thing about it is when you start drinking, just things automatically start happening. You don't have to...
I get it. Yeah, I fall into place.
Well,
Then you can abide people.
Yeah.
my partner and I, every now and then, we like to go and play a game of mini golf, and because it's quite, a bit of competitive, but not too competitive, you know what I mean? So you could try that.
But you're saying that she sort of
gets really has tanties and stuff. And it inevitably ends up in
what other ideas are there, fellas?
I tell you what, 10-pin bowling.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
10-pin bowling. Yeah, that's cool.
Mini putt's good because then you can get them behind and do that.
Like you can show them how to do the swing.
Hips.
Yeah, okay, mini golf.
My partner and I, we did a painting class once where we learned how to paint. We both painted the same vase of flowers. But these are all just, what do you think, New Zealand? 3483, text us. Oh, this is a tune.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
You too there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Any more suggestions there, Keyzie, on 3483? You're saying there were 3 or 4 there.
Yeah, there's a good one here. Why don't you try doing a pottery class?
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, like the movie.
Yeah, like Ghost.
Because then you can sort of take her hands and you can shape the...
Oh, my love, my darling.
Yeah, good. I know, easy, Keyzie. What else?
There's a text here. Walking in the rain is quite nice. You put your rain jackets on and your gummies, and it's a bit of an adventure.
I get what happens in those scenarios. I get very chafed nips.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Because my tee gets wet, and because it's
you're wearing a tee out in the
so tight around my pecs that rubs against my nips.
And you always forget your umbrella too, so that probably wouldn't.
Well, so you'll be out there effing and jeffing. That's probably not a great date.
Yeah. And I've got nappy rash at the moment, so it's probably not a good idea, Keys.
Yeah, well, once again, that was on 3483. Someone here likes to watch old Warriors games with their partner.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so you could try that.
What about sitting on the couch and just sort of scrolling through endless reels on Instagram?
Yeah, good.
Well, how's that good? Someone here is saying that my favourite thing to do with my partner is flick through titles on Netflix and then argue about which one you want to watch and then never end up watching anything, then go to bed in a huff.
Yeah, you can do that at home.
Yeah, I do that every night, Keyzie.
Yeah, right, okay.
One more.
Work out together?
Wow, she likes to work out with Terry. And you
true.
know what I mean? So that she doesn't like it when I go try and join them on that.
Yeah,
because I actually did suggest that, fellas.
Oh?
That that I join them in their workouts and stuff. Because of course they go on tour doing aerobics competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought, that could be fun for me to just sort of tag along. and be a part of it, but they won't have a bar of it.
Well, because just this is me, and I might be weird, but if my wife is and she's clearly very passionate about
My wife.
aerobics.
Your wife is?
No, your wife, quite clearly, she's very passionate about the aerobics
And
with
Zumba.
Terry and Zumba. If my wife was into something like that, I always offer to go and, I'll go watch her play netball and she really enjoys that, but yours obviously doesn't.
Yeah, but you don't watch her though, do you? But yeah, no, I take your point. No, she seems.
Well, she's probably nervous at the idea of you watching
Sure.
her and Terry do the things that they do so well.
Yeah. It's just a no-go zone,
Right.
Keyzie. It's just a no. It's just
No.
non-negotiable.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you what, keep those texts coming on 3483. Send some talkbacks as well using the iHeartRadio app, and you can go on the draw for a $50 night and day voucher.
Indeed, coming up after 6 o'clock, of course, the results of the big show, big poll. Also, what's on the TV with Mike Minogue. And you said you've been filling your boots, Smokey, on that front.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope your Tuesday's going okay. And for those of you driving home at the moment, just take it easy, all right? It's no rush.
Slow down, man.
Just slow down. Just chill.
Whoa.
Just
Whoa,
chill.
Nelly.
Hey, on the podcast outro today, the focus was self-loathing and self-disgust from recollection. Because the fellas both came in here today. They were pretty,
Yeah.
in the day they had bad sleep. Oh no, you had
I
a
had
good
a really
sleep.
good
You had a
sleep.
good
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
Just sort of down and spirits. And
I had a
stuff.
bad sleep,
And,
Jase.
and Keyzie had a bad sleep, and I was sort of giving some suggestions as to what you can do in that scenario.
Yeah, that's right. Here's a clip for you now.
Tell you what, there's nothing worse than the wake up at 1:30 and the anxiety kicking in, and then just for the sake of distraction, and then
you're lying there.
Yeah, and self disgust is the word.
Yeah.
Because he was.
What was I saying, Jase? About no, don't do it because you were saying after that particular topic, please. But if you do like the
You
sound
were
of that,
saying, though.
oh yeah,
Just how you deal with
what?
waking up at that time with, a lot of stuff on your mind and what you like to do to just sort of distract yourself.
Well, all I said was that I fire up the old laptop there,
Well,
Yeah.
you fire up, certainly.
and I sign into my account there on the website, and I watch documentaries,
Yeah.
and that makes me sleepy. Well, it usually
Well,
does.
they are a kind of documentary, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, certainly non-fiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you like the sound of the Hodaki Big Show's podcast outro, give it a search. Hodaki Big Show daily. It's available. Bonus content.
Yes, indeed. And just on that, by the way, go and check out our Instagram account. And if you haven't voted on the big poll today, go and do that now because we'll be talking about that next.
Also, just on the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram page, Pugs has just slapped up a brand new video. Is this the sword swallowing one, Pugs? Yeah, good stuff.
You're a legend, Pugs.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Not for you, Pearl Jam there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening.
Jase, before 6 o'clock, actually, we were talking about how you're going to be more social, you've decided,
sure.
and you want some more advice on 3483 as to things you could do with your partner. Heaps of them still coming through. You could go pistol shooting.
Oh, that's nice.
My wife and I go pistol shooting together. Now, that's trust.
Throwing an axe.
Axe throwing's a good one.
Yeah.
You could have
because I quite like shooting,
yeah.
with the hunting and all that. Man, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, and you can't harm each other because you'll just be shooting blanks.
Yeah.
No, it's not a joke about how virile. It's just saying.
I'm not insecure about being virile.
Well,
or
it's
not,
just that you
Keyzie.
stopped short as soon as I said it. I was just. Someone here is saying you could have a bath together.
No, I hate baths.
Right.
It could bathe in each other's filth. Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know how it is for you, Mogi. I always find sharing a bath is actually more of a pain in the ass than anything else.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing
I walked into that one, didn't I?
I think
archery.
you backed into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, here's the big poll.
Toot, toot. The big poll today, roll on or spray on?
Sure.
That's right. We're talking deodorant.
I reckon 50-50.
Okay, and your
I reckon 52
52-48
to roll on.
to roll on.
I'll go 60-40 roll on.
Oh,
60-40 roll on.
he's done it again.
He's done it again. He's absolutely nailed it.
I haven't even looked at it.
50 up on the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. You can vote now, and the percentage split is roll on 59%,
Oh, you're
spray on
joking.
41%.
You are joking
Hey,
me.
should we go back to doing this at the top?
Yeah, because
Oh,
we've
look,
stopped.
I prefer it because I tell you what, the denigration I get whenever I win is I just can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, totally, man. I feel sorry for you.
So
It was,
what was
it
it
was
again?
actually quite interesting when Pugs was in your seat.
Yeah.
he did it. We did it at the top of the show every day.
Every
which is,
day.
you know. And Jase didn't win once.
Yeah.
Had
And,
a bad run, man.
and like a month before me going on holiday too, we did it at the top of every show.
Yeah.
Jase, I think Jase got kind of close once, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad run. It was like Keyzie in the Throbber.
Yeah,
You know how
right.
he got off to a flyer and then didn't win anything for about 2 months?
Well, hang on. I wasn't cheating, though. I couldn't cheat my way. Anyway, what roll-on do you prefer, New Zealand? 3483. Text us, and Pugs will send out a packet of roll-on. He won't? Oh, we don't have that, apparently. Sorry.
Oh, just a final tip for something you could do on your date, Jase. Texter here on 3483 suggests going into the inner city and doing some tagging.
Oh, graffiti.
Nice. Like it.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Blind Melon there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening, and right now it's time for What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah. Jase, what was that? We'll just leave it there, eh, Mike?
I didn't watch anything last night.
Ah.
I went straight to bed pretty much, I think. Cleaned the house a little bit, went to bed.
You think?
Lights out.
What do you
okay.
mean you think?
Well, I know I didn't watch anything.
Right.
I know that. But I can't remember exactly what I did because it always just ends up being like put the kid to bed, clean up the kitchen a little bit, and so your brain just flushes the memory. You know, I don't need to keep years and years of that memory.
Sure.
Yeah, so I didn't watch anything. What did you watch?
I watched the conclusion of After the Party.
Oh,
the New
yeah.
Zealand drama with Robin Malcolm.
TVNZ Plus.
TVNZ Plus. Quite possibly.
New Zealand's best ever drama series.
I think so.
I saw that on an article today.
Spin-off.
And I was like, are you serious?
Oh,
Is that for real?
Yeah.
I didn't read that, but it's very, very good, and I'm struggling to think of a drama series that was as well handled as this one was.
Right.
You know, and I've mentioned the fact that there's a complex game going on that's keeping you guessing all the time. And you're siding with one person and then you're siding with the other person, and both sides get your attention and you're not sure which side's going to prevail or which side is true. And they play that uneasiness throughout the entire series, and the conclusion was very well done.
Wow.
Very respecting the intelligence of the audience as well. Not overdone, but very dramatic and very, very good.
Great.
Because I can be very harsh on New Zealand productions, but this was shit hot.
Great.
Really, really good. Fully recommended by Hoity J, 5 stars.
How many episodes? 6?
6 episodes.
And
What's it
it's
on?
Free to air on TVNZ Plus,
TVNZ Plus.
I'll probably give it a miss.
which is pretty cool.
But seriously, really, really good. And it showcases Wellington like never before, man.
Right.
You look at you're watching it going. If you don't know
What about
Wellington, you'll go,
Wellington
"Geez,
Paranormal?"
I'm gonna go and live there." No,
Hey.
Wellington Paranormal put me off Wellington.
Last night I watched the second episode of the Robbie Williams doco, still on Netflix, which you've watched before, Mike. I find this one more interesting than Beckham, which is interesting because he's completely miserable, as you mentioned, his entire career. He's completely miserable because everyone wants something from him, and at all times...
That's the thing. I don't think he was miserable the whole time. I think he's portraying it like he was miserable the whole time, but I don't believe him.
You don't believe
No,
him?
I don't believe this documentary series, no.
Right.
Because there's no way.
Right. Well, I mean, the stuff I've seen, I was like, yeah, I can see how that would suck because everyone around you, like, there's an interview with a guy being like, hey, you excited for this concert? And he's like, not really. I've been in a deep depression. And then the guy says to him, well, can you give us, like, something better than that? Like, I don't give a shit about you, but can you give us something, you know? So it's quite interesting seeing someone have to deal with that.
I can relate to it in the sense of being a top radio DJ.
Yeah.
And television personality and beloved theatre actor. You
Right.
know, sometimes it's hard. You know, it's hard, Yakka, being in the spotlight, being a star, being a superstar, if you like, being a fan favourite, being adored by the public can weigh you down, Keyzie.
Yeah.
You'll never have to worry about that. But believe you me, Mogi, she can be tough times.
Right, thanks, Jase. Is there any docos about your life?
There's one in the pipeline at the moment, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 perfect tubes, the Hoity J story.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
BC Boys there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Now, good news, New Zealand. The Backbone shout-out is back!
So good, fellas.
Yeah, man.
What's that again?
Well, this is your opportunity to win $10,000, Mogi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All you have to do is take a video of yourself shouting out Backbone, maybe in your workplace, in your home place, wherever you are in the world. We don't really care. You do a Backbone shout-out, you take a video of it, and you upload it to our Instagram or Radio Hodaki.
That's right, radiohodaki.co.nz if you don't run an Instagram there. It was the workplace shout. This time, because over summer, a lot of people are having time off, so we're after the most summery vibes you can capture in a video.
Sure.
So maybe you're at the beach yelling Backbone.
Are you using your imagination, or are you just doing something pretty lame? Is that how it's? How do you decide what the winner is? Is it anybody who says it and you pull it out of a hat, or is it they've put a bit of work into this one?
I think it's a combination of the two.
It's a combination of a hat and also how much work you've put in.
Mike,
Yes.
you know full well I have no idea.
What we found last year actually was at the beginning they were pretty tame. And then people started getting into it and they became more and more complex.
They did.
And I will tell you that the ones where people make a real effort and do something a little bit different
That's right.
definitely catch our eye.
Catch the eye.
They
that's
go
the
into
key.
the hat.
They
And-
go into the hat, and then we pull one out of the hat.
And
Oh.
if I recall, the winner last time was a farmer on the hill with his 10 dogs.
That's
shouting
right.
That's
Backbone,
right.
and the
Yeah,
dogs
yeah,
going
yeah.
absolutely crazy.
They were going backbone, backbone, backbone.
That's right.
But
So
it's a fun thing to do, and it's a very easy way to possibly win $10,000 without really any effort from you.
it certainly is. It's all thanks to our mates at Super Liquor who've just keep giving us cash and saying give it to the great New Zealanders out there. So 10K thanks to Super Liquor. As we say, have fun with it. Do something summery, and that'll be running all summer. And we'll be back to give you 10 grand at the end of it. So good.
I might do one. Just to sort of set
You can't, Jase.
just as an example when
Okay.
I'm next on the beach.
As long as you don't
Because
want
I actually
the money.
I want to do one and show off my gutters
Oh, yeah.
because they're sharp as, man.
I love it when someone runs out of steam halfway through a yarn.
But to get involved in the 10K Backbone shout out, that 10 grand could be yours. How handy? How handy?
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, there you go, you massive backbones done and dusted for your Tuesday. Mogi, you're off home, put the little one to bed, tidy up and go to bed.
Yes.
Not going to eat anything in between there?
Oh, I might do, but I don't know what it would be.
It must be actually, because we haven't touched on this very much, very exciting for you to eat normal food again. Or to have a rich variety of food again.
Yeah, well, I'm back on the food bag thingies. That will be the first one tonight, though. But it has been good, yeah, not to be measuring everything that I eat.
Do you find, just very quickly, when you're not cooking for other people, you can't be bothered?
Generally, I'm not an eater. It takes the good thing about having that whole thing planned out was that I was actually eating every day.
Sure.
But generally, I'm like you in that I eat very, very little.
Yes,
Yeah.
as opposed to Keyzie.
100% opposed to Keyzie,
Yeah, with you. Hey.
What? I don't eat hay.
I just meant to ask, by the way, since you went to Italy and stuff and had proper pizza, you still doing the ham and pineapple?
100% because there's two different categories of pizza. There's good, delicious, traditional pizza, and then there's garbage pizza, which I also like.
Yeah, sure.
So there's room in my life for both.
What's your plans tonight, Keyzie?
My wife's got squash, so I'm going to go home and make dinner, and then she'll come home from squash all sweaty and that, and then I'll be like, hey, darling,
yeah.
Here's some spray on deodorant.
here's some impulse, spray that on you, hey, get a load of this food box situation, and then put her to bed, and then I'll probably watch a documentary about trains.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And stay awake all night.
Yeah.
Nothing like natural musk.
Yeah. What are you doing tonight, Jase?
Oh, look, I'm going to head down to the gym for the
Throw
second
some
time
tin
today.
around.
Throw some tin around. Come back, have some protein, a couple of shakes, make love and go to bed.
Yeah.
And hopefully not be woken by the rogue motorcyclist in the middle of the night.
I don't know, man. I think he's going for the record.
Yeah,
Actually,
maybe.
If he is listening and he does have it out for you, make sure you go
that's
long
right.
tonight.
Yeah.
Go for a real hoon
Just
tonight.
keep it up the top of the driveway there. Give it a good
Yeah,
blast.
just go a little circle around my street. Hey, it's been a pleasure bringing you the show today. Check out the podcast. Check out the Instagram account. Till tomorrow. See you later.